Hi, I'd like to share with you today a really fun activity that you can do with camellias all season long. This is something that I learned from a friend who learned it from his mother. First of all, I'd like to start off by showing you the equipment that you need and the supplies. There's really not much to this. The major things you'll need are mineral oil, which you can get at any drugstore, just regular mineral oil. And then you need canning wax. This is the stuff that maybe your grandmother put on top of the jellies that she made, just regular paraffin wax. I also usually carry a little cup that has the measurements here. Now the ratios of this is for 1 pound of wax, you use a half a cup of oil. 1 pound of wax to a half a cup of oil, and that's your ratio. So that's your main supply. Another thing that you'll need is a large pan full of ice water, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. You also need a little strainer so that you can get the ice out or the little bits of wax that drop in there. So you just need a little inexpensive strainer. The next thing that you'll need is a thermometer. Now, don't even think about using a oven thermometer. It doesn't work. It's not accurate enough. Sometimes people use candy thermometers, and those work pretty well. But what I've found, which came from a present from my husband, which is a digital thermometer that you can get at Walmart, and this will have the temperatures like 140.2, 140.3, and so on and so forth. So I really like this one. And what I use it for is I keep it in the wax because the temperature is critical. Now, one of the probably the most critical things you need to get is a cooker here. Now, it's not a Fry Daddy or anything else like that. As you can see, it is one that has the temperature on it, and this is very critical. So you've got to have one of these. I think this is a Presto cooker, and there's a lot of other ones. I also have an old spatula for stirring this around, and I have a wire here that I've hooked to this, and this is where I keep my thermometer, and I keep it in here the whole time that I'm doing it because, as I said before, temperature is really critical. And then, of course, the main ingredient is your camellias here that you can do. And you can also do other things during the year. You can do gardenias, you can do magnolias, I've done Christmas cactus, a wide variety of things. And so if something has a real thick petal, it works well. I tried to do azaleas, and that just doesn't work very well. And then, of course, you need some newspaper or something to keep the wax from getting all over everything. So very few supplies, and now let's get into actually waxing the camellias. This is where we actually go and dip the camellias in the wax. First, let me tell you a couple things that don't work so well. You see these? This is a Cherries Jubilee, beautiful dark red, and a Methodiana. They don't do so well because when you dip these in the wax kind of coats them and takes the color away. So the dark ones don't do as well as the other ones. The ones that do just perfectly are the light ones like Mrs. D.W. Davis or this unknown gorgeous white one. These are absolutely breathtaking. Some other ones that work well are the pink ones, and then even if it's red and white, this works very well. So you don't really want to do the dark ones. All right, the process is very easy. What you do is you peel the leaves back because you don't. If you get wax on them, it makes these white. So you just take it. And what you want to do is you don't want to dunk it in like that. You want to swirl it in very slowly, and then you want to swirl it in very slowly here. Because when you take it out of the hot wax, if you dunk it in here, then that pushes all the petals back. So you want to be very quick, but you want to rotate it in there. The temperature that I have here, when I do the light ones, I have the temperature, the pink ones and the white ones, about 138 degrees. It can be a little bit darker for the pink ones, but you want to try to get it about 138 degrees. So we take it, we swirl it in, shake, shake, shake. Then you want to turn it up for just a minute so that that wax can get down in there. Then you want to put it in here very carefully and just leave it. Don't stir the water with it. All right, let's try another one. Let's try this Julio Nucio that's really pretty. You take the leaves back, swirl it in there. Notice it doesn't stay very long. Shake, shake, shake. Turn it up, and then carefully put it in here. Now, one of the reasons that I have such a big bowl like this is that I can do several at the time, and I try to leave them in here until I get the bowl filled up, because this is ice water and that stops it right away. So let's try this one. Shake, 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 turn it up, and then dip it in here. Now remember earlier we talked about the little strainer, and the strainer is useful because you get little tiny bits of wax in here, so you want to take those off. So once you leave it in here, I try to leave mine for about 30 seconds. And you take it out, and you probably can't see it so well here, but they are just breathtakingly beautiful, and these look like porcelain. And these will stay several days. I've had them stay for a week if the bloom is really, really fresh. And if you take them to a party, you can put them in the refrigerator overnight, and then they're just absolutely beautiful. And I just take them out and dry them on the newspaper, and they work really well. Now, if you really want to trick your friends, you can get some crayons and get some yellow wax. I have done this with white camellias, and it looks great. I have also done, off camera here, I've also got one of blue wax, and so you can do all sorts of colors with this. Now, one of the things you can do also, when they'll last for a while, then they start getting brown. One of the things you can do is you can take gold or silver spray paint and spray them gold or silver, or spray them pink, so you can really extend the life a very long time. So this is very easy. The major part is you don't want it to stay in this hot wax for very long. You want to put it in, shake, 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 turn it up, and then get it right in here. Remember, no dunking, and you can just leave it like that. Now, you might want to check the American Camellia Society website for specific directions. I've got all sorts of specific tips and tricks and things that help make this a little bit easier. Some things that you do, but it's really a fun activity. Anybody can do it. I've done it for garden clubs. I've done it for parties. I've done it for the people at work. So have fun and dip.